Good day, and welcome back to the Book of Truth mini webcast. This webcast will be a series of videos covering a variety of topics to prepare the remnant army for the second coming of Jesus Christ. In this portion of the Book of Truth webcast, we will be going over sacramentals, spiritual needs, as well as the physical needs that you and your family will want to consider. Jesus speaks clearly that we must focus on the needs of our souls first, but then ties those in with our physical needs as well. Let me remind you that this is by no means a complete and thorough listing of everything we need to know about upcoming events. For a more complete understanding, please look under this video for the links to a few of the resources where you can look at all of the messages in their complete form. We'll first start by saying we should all be attending weekly Mass and confession. This should be the norm, so you and your family remain in a state of grace as much as possible at all times. If you can make it to daily Mass, you should be attending as frequently as you can. It won't be too much longer before this blessing from God will no longer exist, as it will have been tampered with or changed so much that the actual canon of the Mass will have been gutted and completely destroyed. In saying this, once this has happened to the Mass, it will no longer be a valid Mass, and we will have to look elsewhere. At this time, there will be Masses said in homes or underground Masses. Pray that you are guided to one of these places of refuge. Staying in prayer and praying the seal of the living God daily or more will direct you, and in doing so, you will find that these prayers will guide you and your family to a spiritual refuge where a valid Mass will be offered. It is imperative that we continue to pray for good priests who have remained faithful to Jesus' words to come forward and not become frightened and walk away from their calling or the oath they gave to God at the time of their ordination. We will need good holy shepherds to lead the remnant church at this time. Second, there should be a seal of the living God in your homes. Ideally, it should be blessed and framed. It should be situated in a place of honor in your homes. This is for your protection and that of your families. Again, you should be praying this prayer at least once a day or more from now until the second coming of Jesus Christ. God has promised to all who pray the seal of the living God prayer from the heart His protection. A side note to the seal of the living God prayer is that where possible, we should place the seal of the living God outside of our homes, such as our cars, boats, at work, and other places where family or friends gather frequently. Third, we should all be wearing the medal of salvation. This medal is special, as it was requested to be struck, given, and known as the Mother of Salvation, or Mater Salutis in Latin, medal for our protection in these end times. By wearing this medal, it will convert those who wear it. Also in wearing her medal, we are to pray the prayer given to us by the Mother of Salvation, Crusade of Prayer number 115, at the time when placing the medal around our necks or on our person. The Crusade Prayer number 115 for the gift of conversion was given to Maria Divine Mercy on Thursday, July 18th, 2013, which will be located in full under the description under this webcast video. Many of the remnant army have bought these medals at cost and are freely giving them out to any and all who would ask for them or who are in need of them. You can purchase the medal through ChristoGifts.com for cost and shipping as well. Once you have purchased these medals, though, no money is ever to be exchanged. This was requested by Jesus himself. These medals are to go out to any and all who ask for them, free of charge. There is no money made from the making of these medals. Fourth, the Book of Truth. These 4 books chronicle the messages given to Maria Divine Mercy by Jesus, God the Father, and the Mother of Salvation, as well as from saints, archangels, and the Holy Spirit. These messages have been given to Maria on an almost daily basis since November 9th of 2010. Maria has received over 1,250 public messages, as well as a number of private ones, all of which are linked to the second coming of Jesus Christ. Also in these books contain each and every crusade prayer ever given to us, as well as other prayers that are not listed in the Crusade of Prayers. These prayers and messages, along with your Bible, will become your lifeline in the days to come. 5th, Seal of the Living God Scapular, October 19th, 2013, in a message from Jesus, and I quote, "All those who wear the seal of the living God will escape the clutches of the Antichrist and become immune to the horror. Do not ignore this warning. Do not fear it, for if you follow my instructions, you will be protected." End quote. August 23rd, 2013, in a message from the Mother of Salvation, and I quote, "I urge you to keep all holy objects, rosary beads, blessed candles, holy water, a copy of the Bible, and the Holy Daily Missal, along with the Crusade of Prayer books. You must keep the seal of the living God in your home and on you, if possible. My medal of salvation will convert those who wear it, and they will be shown mercy by my Son. I now request you, child, to have the medal of salvation produced now, and a scapular of the seal of the living God made." The Mother of Salvation continues saying, and I quote, "This message is a warning from heaven of things to come. You must listen to me, the Mother of Salvation, as I must guide you to the truth, so that you will remain truly faithful to my Son at all times. Go in peace, children, and be calm, as this trial will, because of the mercy of God, be short. Trust in me, your mother, as I will be with you always during your trials. You will never be alone. Your mother, Mother of Salvation." End quote. There will be some of you who won't be able to find or buy the seal of the living God scapular, but there are ways to have the seal on you. A. You can laminate the seal, 3 by 5 or smaller, with only the prayer on it, and pin it to the insides of your clothing. B. For men, you can place the seal of the living God in your wallet. C. Place the seal of the living God in your children's backpacks or in the lining of their coats. D. Place the seal of the living God under the lining of your baby's car seat. E. And for those creative enough, make your own scapulars for your family with the seal of the living God on it. In having the seal of the living God on your person, when possible, have it blessed. If a priest refuses, or you don't have a priest available to you, sprinkle the seal with holy water and ask God the Father to bless your seal of the living God, and you as you wear it. Also, if you have holy oil, make a sign of the cross on your laminated seals. You can make the holy oil cross on the scapulars and paper printouts as well. Just know that it will leave a permanent oil mark on it. 6. Preparing your homes. In the message from the Mother of Salvation on August 23rd, 2013, she also spoke of having blessed items in our homes ready. There are many Catholic traditions of keeping your home safe from evil over hundreds of years of the Catholic Church. We will just list a few of them here, as they are to protect our homes and family. A. Smear the door jambs and window casings with holy oil, or make a cross with holy oil on each of your windows and doors, big or small, that's up to you. B. Place a St. Benedict's crucifix over all doors leading into your homes. It should be placed outside of the home, above the door, and it need not be conspicuous. C. Sprinkle your home with holy water, both inside and out. An easy way to do this is pour your holy water into a bowl and use a small leafy or evergreen branch from a tree or shrub and sprinkle as needed in all rooms of the house, inside and out. Most Catholic churches still have holy water founts, where you can bring a clean jug, jar, or container to fill up. You can do this after Mass or after confession. D. Blessed Saint Benedict medals. This is one of the first things I ever did for my home years ago. I placed a blessed Saint Benedict's medal in all four corners of my home. Later, I buried 4 more out in the 4 corners of my property. For those of you who live in multi-dwelling structures, be creative in placing them around your building. You can wedge them in cracks, behind stairs. You'll find a place to hide it. E. Blessed candles. When things seem their darkest, both spiritually and externally, that is the time to light your candle. You will want to have these blessed candles at the time of the warning and later on for the 3 days of darkness. We have been told over the years that this candle will be the only light to shine during the 3 days of darkness. You will only need one, and you are to remain in prayer as much as you can during this time. F. Blessed salt. Although not widely used anymore by Catholics, it's a good sacramental to sprinkle around the foundation of your homes, as well as to sprinkle in your gardens. Again, you can go to your priest and ask for your salt to be blessed. If that's not possible, you may take your salt, oil, or water to Mass with you, and at the end of Mass, during the final blessing, hold up your bag of items for the blessing, praying that God bless the items as well as you. G. St. Anthony's Brief. This lesser known but extremely powerful sacramental is to be placed by your front door or most used entrance to your home. Again, this is another sacramental that has been a part of Catholic traditions for hundreds of years as home spiritual armor. 7. Crusade Prayer Group. If you are able, make it a point to find a crusade prayer group in your area or on the web and join it. These prayers are for the world. They are meant to save as many people as possible in these end times, people who would otherwise not enter the kingdom of God without your prayers. These prayers, and I know we have already covered some of the crusade prayers, but this is just a reminder to take these prayers to heart. They will be your lifeline very soon, along with the rosary, chaplet, Bible, and messages. These will become your armor, your protection. Remember to say, Jesus, I trust in you, often. There are far more sacramentals out there of the Catholic Church that are used by families for your protection. Many of them are family traditions, cultural sacramentals, and so on. Please, by all means, use these as well. If they haven't been blessed, do so now. Have all your sacramentals blessed if you are not sure. It only takes a few seconds after Mass to ask Father to bless them, or you can call and make an appointment with your priest, telling him you are in need of some items to be blessed. Load up your car of items needed to be blessed, for example, statues, candles, pictures, rosaries, books, and so on. Bring Father out to your car's back seat and show him your treasures. It should only take a few minutes for him to bless your items and for you to be back on your way. We as Catholics have stopped doing this over the years. We are now at a point in the end times that we must go back to this. It's for our family's protection. There will come a time when we as Catholics and Christians will no longer be able to get or buy these sacramentals. They will no longer be available to us. That also includes Bibles and other books concerning Jesus Christ and the saints. There are already areas of the world where sacramentals and Bibles can no longer be found. The time is now to supply your family with the sacramentals listed above. I would also like to interject here that in your researching of the sacraments and sacramentals, you should look for articles that were written pre-Vatican II. They will not have been corrupted in their explanation of the sacrament and sacramentals usage. As we have been told in the messages, there have been liberal and modernistic revisions of the sacraments and sacramentals and their usages, which completely removes or nullifies the blessings that would have accompanied the sacrament or sacramental. This will be true in the new baptismal rite prayer that we will be praying soon, where the Church will have removed the name of Satan, the devil, from the rite, lessening the prayer to almost nothing. There's an evil darkness that is now blanketing the world. It's only going to get darker. It's up to you to shine like a beacon to heaven with your blessed sacramentals. Here I am, Lord. It is I, Lord. I have heard you calling in the night. We'll now shift gears here and move to the physical needs of you and your family during these end times. This is a preparation list of supplies for the end times. It by no means covers everything, nor will some of these things pertain to you and your family's needs. This is shared just to give you an idea of what you and your family may want to have on hand when the warning, 3 days of darkness, or global disasters happen. We'll start with the basic needs first. Water. There may be up to 4 days or longer in some areas where we will be without water. Get enough bottled water for each of those who are living with you, or you know who would be with you if a disaster were to happen. Store your water in the garage, in an extra bedroom, or in the back of your closet. A case for each person in the home, or more, if you can store it. Also, some water for cooking. If you can get a water filter, you should do so as well, if you have the means to do so. Rainwater, pool water, all could be used if you have a means to boil it or filter it. Food. You will want to store dried and canned goods. Please pay attention to expiration dates with your canned foods. Lots of pasta, beans, and rice. These will go far, and if you have an overabundance of these, you can use them for trading or bartering. These will be your staples. Again, please pay attention to your canned goods and the shelf life on them. Also, powdered milk, soups, powdered eggs, and so on. Spices, peanut butter, and tuna fish. I would also suggest getting a good cookbook if you don't already have one, preferably one that is somewhat older. The older cookbooks explain how to cut up meats, like whole chickens, and so on. Also, they have depression meals still in them, like how to cook and soak beans, cabbage dinners, and other meals. Buy seeds, heirloom seeds, of veggies you like to eat and you can grow. Tomatoes, squash, beans, zucchini, peppers, cabbage. Also, refresh your flour, sugar, and baking needs. Store them in sealed containers when possible. 5-gallon buckets are a safe way to keep bugs out of your food, or large gallon-size resealable bags. Think about what it is your family likes to eat, or will eat. Don't buy foods that are going to expire quickly or that your family won't eat. Time is more than short, and so buying dehydrated foods, if you can find and afford them, is a smart means of food storage. Many grocery stores are now selling these, as well as many online companies. Candles or oil lamps. There might not be electricity after the warning or the 3 days of darkness, so have plenty of blessed beeswax candles. For those of you who don't have blessed candles, all you need to do is go buy good quality 51% beeswax candles and then take them down to the church or after Mass and request from your priest a blessing for them. Also, if there is a global or national disaster and you lose your electricity, the need for oil lamps and LED lamps will also be good things to have at that time as well. If you do have oil lamps, plan on adding a few drops of blessed oil to your lamps too. Other items you should have on hand. Number 1, a crank radio or a battery radio or solar radio. I have a crank radio because once the batteries are gone, they're gone. Number 2, a flashlight with enough batteries to last a while, but there are crank flashlights as well. LED lights will last longer because they use less energy. Number 3, a gas generator. That is, if you have the means to buy one. Not all of us will be able to buy this. In having a gas generator, along with a couple of heavy-duty extension cords, you can run your stove, refrigerator, or freezer. Now your freezer will remain frozen for about 2 to 3 days, but if it's warm, then not more than that, along with enough gas to run the generator for around 3 to 4 days. Number 4, a means to cook. Extra propane for your barbecue, a fire pit with screen for cooking, along with wood for your fire pit, or a wood stove fireplace. There are also emergency outside camp stoves everywhere. They are somewhat inexpensive, and depending on what you buy, you can get enough burn packets to last for quite a while. Also, canned heat is also a means to cook, with proper ventilation. You can buy canned food warmers and be able to heat up anything. Remember, food takes longer to spoil once it has been cooked. Medicine is huge. Make sure you have plenty of anti-diarrheal medication, pain medications, and cold medication. For women, you should have extra feminine hygiene products stocked up. Baby wipes. You will want these for sponge baths, as there might not be any water. A side note here. For those of you who have babies or toddlers still in diapers, you may want to purchase cloth diapers now. Disposable diapers will be almost a thing of the past once the economy crashes. You will thank yourselves later for buying some. Paper products, toilet paper and paper towels, and even paper plates. As using water to wash dishes might seem to be a waste then. Along with this information, dysentery is one of the leading causes of death when there is a shortage of power, food, and lots of dirty water. Again, if you can get a water filter, you should do so. This will be very important later on when you have run out of bottled water for drinking, and all that is left may be water you collected from the outside. Also, have good footwear and socks, and remember, if you're cold, so are your children. If you need a coat, make sure they have one on as well. Blankets. This may be the only way to keep warm for many of us. You can never have enough blankets. Once you realize you don't have power, you will want to fill your bathtub up with water as full as you can get it. If you are without power, chances are you won't have flowing water for very long. That means you won't be able to flush either. So that means you will only want to flush when you have solid business in the toilet. Using a bucket, fill the toilet tank up with water from the bathtub to flush your solid waste. After listening to the list of items that you may need for you and your family in the serious times ahead, we hope that it may have triggered you in realizing there are other needs that your family will need that are not listed here, that you may not have thought of otherwise. So please, prepare. Time is short. Jesus' words from February 13th, 2015. Quote, "My mission to save humanity is almost complete. My remnant has been formed. You have been given the gifts of the seal of the living God, the medal of salvation, and the crusade prayers. They will be your armor against my adversary. I will speak with you only periodically and through the remnant from now on. You are ready to take up your armor, to fight to keep my word alive, in a place of desolation." End quote. And as our Mother of Salvation has been saying since Fatima, pray, pray, pray. And now for a brief testimony. This one comes from DP, near Canada. My testimony for the seal of the living God left me stunned. I had gone to my doctor because of some bleeding. I am almost 60 now and well past menopause, so I was concerned. My doctor had problems even giving me an exam because my cervix was so swollen, so he sent me to an OBGYN to have a more extensive look and procedure. This new doctor tried to do the exam, but was not able to. The tissue was so dense and thick that there was no way he could proceed with checking my cervix or my uterus. He was very nice and explained that from what he could see and tell, all indications pointed to cancer. How extensive the cancer was, he said he would need to go in surgically and find out. So, 5 days later, I went in for a D&C of my uterus. After the surgery, my doctor told me that my uterus was full of polyps the size of golf balls, and that they had also taken a biopsy of the lining as well. He said that as soon as the results were in, he would call me. The next Monday he called. He was very apologetic and told me he was stunned, but extremely happy, because even though all indications pointed to cancer, and he admitted he thought I was going to be full of cancer, there was absolutely no hint of cancer in my uterus or the polyps they removed from me. He said he was amazed. I never really was upset over this situation with the possibility of having cancer. I was placing all my trust in Him, Jesus Christ. I also knew that I was covered by the seal of the living God as well, a prayer that I have been praying daily, along with prayer number 24, to my Jesus to forgive me for all my transgressions. All I can say is this: trust, my brothers and sisters, trust, for our God is good, and for those who trust in Him, we are placed within His heart and dwell, safe from all harm. We just have to trust. This concludes this testimony. This concludes this portion of the Book of Truth mini webcast. Please stay tuned for the next webcast, coming soon. May God bless you.